Hey, welcome everybody to our daily Facebook Live feed. Today is April 2nd, Thursday at the top of the month, and we have some really fun guest speakers here today from our own Beyond Indigo team. We had Jeanne Pelletier, who I've had the luck and grace and beauty of working with for the last 25 years, 22 with Beyond Indigo. And then we have Theresa Greenwood, who has been a delight, and she's our director of SEO. And we're going to talk about some work at home tips today. But to start off with, usually we start off with a little news piece. I don't know about all of you, but owners, business owners out there, I've been listening to quite a few webinars this week about the new CARES Act that has been initiated by our government. And it seems to be quite complicated. I'm not quite sure how they can make it so complicated in a short period of time, but they did. But my kind of takeaway from this is watch a webinar if your financial institution is putting one on. Make sure you talk to your bank, your accountant, and they even said a lawyer. So that's my hot tip today for business owners out there is to, if you're going to utilize the CARES Act, it's not as simple as newspapers say. So with that being said, we're going to go to something we are experienced at Beyond Indigo, and that's working at home. We are a 100% virtual company. We have employees in 14 different states. A little sneak teaser is we're going to have a video link to share with you tomorrow with our brand new video that we started in November about working at home. Little did we know it would launch during the COVID crisis where everybody's working at home. So talk about timing. So we're kind of excited to show that. That should go up on our website today. And also on our website, on our COVID and our blog page, we do have a list of tips we keep adding to about our tips from working from home. So we're each going to start with a tip for either a business or a personal about working from home, because this is all we do. So this hasn't been a big switch for us because we just hit the ground running because it's what we do. We work from home all the time. So Jeanne, do you want to start us off with maybe a tip you've learned over the years about working from home?
Sure. I think first I want to say that for those of you who are just learning now, breathe, give yourselves a break because you're learning this at the most stressful time imaginable. I've been working at home for 22 years and the situation in the world today is incredibly stressful and our staff is really stressed and we're pretty experienced with it. So if you add to that the stress of learning a whole new way of working, there's a whole lot going on. So give yourselves some room and give yourselves permission to not have everything absolutely perfect. It's not going to look the same as it was if you were in the boardroom or the meeting room or having morning rounds or whatever. It's going to be a little bit different. So give yourself a break and just accept that. And my other tip is that once we've all learned a lot during this, shelter in place period about how to live and how to work virtually, and keep those skills in your toolbox. There will be other, even if it's a snow day or a staff member being sick or somebody just being on vacation, which is a pretty common occurrence here at Beyond Indigo. We have people who, have had to take several weeks off because of the illness of a family member, for example. So keep the tools that you've learned, how to do virtual meetings, how to have people working from home. Once you're back in the office, keep those tools sharp so that you can use them whenever you need them.
I totally agree. I told my daughter she's never going to have another snow day in her life because they'll be like, see you tomorrow online, enjoy the snow, right? And she's like, you're kidding. And I'm like, yeah, no. So this is your reality. She's like, oh, Mom. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, babe. So speaking of kids and working from home, do you have any tips for us in that department or other tips, Theresa? Because
what I found that helps me the most, so I've been working at home for about 7 years, about 4 or 5 years to Beyond Indigo. What I've learned is to treat each day as if I'm actually going to commute to the office. So I will get ready, plan on people seeing me, how I look like. So I would get up, shower, do my hair, put my makeup on, and put something nice on. So that starts my day off, my day going. And it's actually working because now with my children doing homeschool or school at home, I see them actually doing the same thing where they treat it as if they're going to school today. So they get up, they get ready. They might not put their uniforms on, but they put something nice on. And so they shower, they eat their breakfast, then we pack their lunch. So that helps with mom, I'm hungry, with a constant interruption. So they fill up their water bottle and they bring it up to their desk and they work and they take a break. I feel like they're trying to keep the same schedule that they did in school because they would take their snack time and they would take their lunch time and then they stop at 3. So yeah, it's just keeping that schedule going the same as what they're used to. It brings normalcy to their lives, even if they're home, but to them it's almost the same, right? And yeah, and it helps from, like I said, the interruptions. What also helps me personally is I let them know what my schedule looks like. So and at this point they would ask me every morning, Mom, do you have meetings today? So then they know that what time they have to be extra good and be extra quiet and maybe stay off the internet, not watch YouTube videos. So yeah. No, my dog, on the other hand, doesn't follow the rules as much.
Neither does mine, Theresa. He is a #1 meeting interrupter, as you well know. So Noah always wants to join in on the crowd. I would agree with you with this schedule. I would also add in balance. So I've been hearing about a lot of people, even my own family members who have never worked at home, saying, well, I work all the time. And I'm like, you've got to learn to find the stop button. You have to find the balance. So now that, my daughter is home and doing schoolwork just like your kids, and she has a defined space and gets up and has a routine. Otherwise, it's all bets off, right? The wheels come off the train. Is we sit down and have meals together. Whereas if it was just me working from home, sometimes I'd eat in front of the computer to read the news or something fun for me as a break. But we're making hardcore stops of, no, we will have family time. But, it was pretty funny. She said today, just like you, so Mom, what you got going on today? Well, I got this, and this. Well, Mom, I hope you have a good day. I mean, I'm only a floor away, but I've got my schedule to go do, Mom, right? But, what I'm really finding is the balance. You have to take time for self. And that might also be a marketing to self message that we usually talk about. But if you don't make time to go for a walk, if you don't make time to make a meal, if you don't take time to actually shower, you won't for the day, right? We've all been stuck in that where we get up and end up in our pajamas at the end of the day because we never got the moment to go take care of us. So it's finding that balance, whatever restores you so that you can give back out to your friends and family. But we all had to learn that. I remember we all had to learn that early on, way, way, way back in the day, is that balance, that stop, that close the office doors, turn off your computer, turn off your work mail on your phone. Don't answer any more Slack messages. Otherwise, you'll just get tuckered out. And I think both of you ladies have found that too over time.
Absolutely. And you would notice if it was 7 o'clock and you were still at your office. There could be plenty of signs around that, oh, wow, here I am. It's a lot harder to notice that it's 7 o'clock and maybe you're sitting on the couch and you're still working and you haven't had anything to eat and you've been sitting there since noon. So I think, as both of you said, it's really important to build in that balance and just get up and move. I've noticed that, with being at home all the time, I'm just not getting as much activity. Just activity, going to the grocery store, walking around, just moving. And so I set up my Amazon Alexa to play 5 minutes of dance music. And I just shut my camera off and shut my mic off and, move around for just 5 minutes, and I can fit 5 minutes almost anywhere in my schedule. So I think it's really important to do things that break up your day physically as well as mentally.
It does, because otherwise you'll just tuck her out. And
Yeah.
you won't be good for anybody, yourself, your family, your clients. So you got to find the balance, right? You just got to find the balance. So speaking of which, ladies, tomorrow we have another guest speaker coming, and it's actually a team member's mother. Her name is Dee Murphy. She's the director of health and safety for a huge conglomerate. What she does is manage all the health and safety for people worldwide, globally, and she's now been moving into what we were just talking about, balance, work-life balance, mental health balance, from working from home. So we're really excited to hear about her expertise, because this is all she does. We're doing what we talk about, our own balance that we figured out ourselves, but we also do marketing. That's what we do. That's our job, that we're here to help all of our animal hospitals do a great job and be successful. She's making sure that we're taking care of ourselves to allow us to do that for others. So I'm actually excited about hearing our guest speaker tomorrow. So you ladies will have to turn in to hear all about that. So it'll be really good. Again, tomorrow we come out with our video. We're pretty excited about it. Like I said, we started working on this in November. You'll see some of us online and some of us in the studio. So we call it the Brady Bunch style Zoom. So it's pretty fun. So take a look-see at that, and then check out our tips. And we'll try to put a link to our tips from working from home in the comments section of this Facebook Live. Until then, please check out our new page underneath About Us. It has all of these Facebook Live episodes, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, everybody.